Hey guys, Team Vortex, aka Havoc here, going to do a quick tutorial on explaining the physical shops in the Minecraft server and how they work. First of all, as far as the plot and the market is set up, as you see, got a lot of open plots here. Anybody can talk to an admin, get a plot, and from this stone outward, 2 blocks in all directions, up, down, left, right, all around, diagonal, the person who we give the plot to owns that section and can set up a shop here. Here's a basic sample shop layout of the same exact amount of plot that everybody would get in their marketplace. You can actually clear it out and set it up however you want. You can actually even make it down to 2 layers. This is actually completely 2 blocks down perfectly. You won't be able to do anything to the ground, it'll be protected, but everything within the area will be your area. So you can build stairs, a ladder, whatever you want, double layers, big single layer, make a fucking mini castle, doesn't matter. Your plot, you do it as you like. At any rate, once you set up a plot, you can set up a shop. The currencies are listed here on the wall. Pretty simple. We got 8 different currencies to use right now. We'll be adding more later, and you're always welcome to go on the forum and suggest any currencies that you guys feel should be used. Pretty simple setup here. First of all, keep in mind the signs are directed to the consumer. So when you're setting up the signs, it'll be a little backwards. Because, again, as the consumer, I'm coming to the sign and I want to know that I'm buying and selling the correct amount of items. And you'll see how it's kind of backwards as I set one up for you here first, or after this. But first I want to show you the basics of how the sign works. Top line being what the item is being sold and bought, or what item is being sold and bought is at the top line, I should say. Second line is how much of the item I am buying. So I would be buying 64 cobblestone for 2 I. The end of this being the currency that these shops use. And if I look at the chart, I is iron ingot. So essentially, I would be buying 64 cobblestone for 2 iron. So if I take 2 iron, put them in my quick bar there, and right-click the sign, the 2 iron go into the chest shop, which is protected, by the way, so nobody can take stuff out of it but you, the plot owner, and get 64 cobblestone out of it. Now, let's say I was farming up cobblestone and wanted to sell it to whoever shop this was, if it was somebody else's shop, even though it's mine in this particular instance. I could bring my cobblestone to the shop and right-click on the sign, gotta stand back a bit, and it will give me 1 iron, because I've essentially sold 64 cobblestone, and in return gotten 1 iron back. And you see the cobblestone went into the chest, and the iron is now in my inventory. If you punch any sign, and you can do this even on public signs, it will give you a little bit of information about it, telling you what the shop contains, and what you can buy and sell to that shop, and for what current currency. So now to set up a shop, so you can see how it's set up, place a chest there. On the block up above it, you place the sign. And let's say I want to deal in diamonds, because you can also deal in currencies just as long as it's listed as the item name rather than the currency name of D. Again, D equals diamond, but in this case I want to both buy and sell diamond. So I'm listing it as an item rather than the currency. So let's say I want people to buy from me, and this is how it's backwards, because I'm listing it as the consumer sees it. So I want them to buy from me 1 diamond for, say, 32 iron. And I want to sell 1 diamond for, let's say I have an abundance of gold. Oops, I forgot the 4th. Very crucial that you get these set up exactly with the lettering listed here, or they just do not like to work. So sell 1 for, and again, let's say I have like an abundance of gold, I can do a completely different currency for the sell and the buy. So in this particular case, it will be gold. Bottom line is always filled in automatically by whoever started the market, and that way you know it's done correctly. If you punch the sign, it'll also tell you what's in it. So let's throw some items in there, make sure this actually worked as intended. The gold, we'll iron out of this. Okay, so I want to buy 1 diamond for 32. I'd click on it, diamond pops out, 32 go in there, do it again, same thing. Now if I wanted to sell diamonds, it should essentially, yep, there it goes. See, it gave me 12 gold out of the box for the 1 diamond. And again, I can set these currencies to anything listed on the currencies list. So any of these can be used as a currency. And as you just saw, diamond being one of the currencies, you can actually trade currencies for other currencies. So that's pretty much how it works. Oh, and one last shop config here. I'm going to do a ruby, which is not a regular vanilla item. For some reason, because Physicalshops is a bucket thing for vanilla WoW, it's not designed for Tekkit or Buildcraft, so any items that are not part of vanilla WoW will not register always in their name. So you have to use the item number. So in this case, set up the chest first. In this case, 5267. 5267 is the item number of Ruby, which is what I'm going to be selling to players. So rather than, again, Ruby, because it's not a vanilla item, I just put the item number. And say I want the consumer to buy from me 10 rubies for 1 diamond. I can list that. Now here's the great thing. I don't have to essentially list a cell if I don't want to. As long as the cell format is not on here, it will not recognize whatever else I type in there. So in this particular case, I can actually type in this field Ruby so that people know that 5267 is a Ruby without having to go look it up on their own item list. And notice when I click OK, it'll still fill it in. And I could do this with cell too. I could have cell down on the, it buys always on the second, sells always on the third. So I could have cell on the third line and Ruby on the top if I was buying from them rubies, or essentially they were selling them to me. But in this particular case, I'm buying 10 rubies for 1 diamond. And you'll see, there we go, 10 rubies, 1 diamond goes in the chest. And then another way, and you can do that for any item, the just buy or sell. You don't have to list a sell rate. If you just want players to buy from you and that's it, you can just list a buy. If you only want to sell or only want to buy, like let's say you only want to buy cobblestone from people, you would list the buy thing blank and just put sell 64 for an iron, and then you're essentially just buying cobblestone from people at 1 iron each. See, it kind of, again, it reverses for the user for the buy-sell. I hope that makes sense. And again, any combination of buy and sell, as long as buy is on the second, sell is on the top, any listed currency. And that should about do it. If you have any other questions beyond what I've explained here, by all means, message me in game, and I'll try to help you with anything I can. And as always, thanks for watching.